David Mensa hadn't stepped foot in his hometown in 12 years. Now worth $38 million. He came back with torn slippers, faded clothes, and only 2,000 nairas in his pocket. He wanted to know one thing. Did they love him, or his money? What his own family did next changed everything. David Mensa had not stepped foot in his village for 12 years. The last time they saw him, he was a skinny teenager with big dreams and empty pockets. Now he was worth millions, but no one back home knew that. He arrived on a quiet evening, wearing torn sandals, a faded shirt, and carrying a small nylon bag. Dust rose around his feet as he walked slowly through the familiar road outside. The houses looked smaller than he remembered. The air smelled the same. But the memories felt heavier. 12 years earlier, after his father died, everything changed. His uncles took control of the family land. His mother struggled endlessly to feed him and his two sisters. When David announced he was leaving to find a better life, they laughed openly. "You," one uncle mocked, "you will suffer and crawl back here." Even his cousins shook their heads. No one believed in him. Still, he left. Lagos was not kind. He slept in unfinished buildings. He worked construction during the day, mixing cement under the hot sun. At night, exhausted and hungry, he taught himself coding from borrowed phones and free internet spots. While others slept, he studied. While others relaxed, he built skills. Years passed with no calls from home. No one checked on him. No one asked if he was alive. Then something changed. He developed a logistics software that helped small businesses track deliveries more efficiently. At first, no one noticed. Then an investor visiting from saw potential in his idea. One partnership turned into funding. Funding turned into expansion. Expansion turned into national recognition. By 33, David was a millionaire. By 35, he owned properties, cars, and a company valued in millions. Yet, success did not silence one question in his heart. If I go back home with nothing, how will they treat me? So he decided to find out. He parked his luxury car miles away and hired someone to keep it out of sight. He changed into old clothes, wore worn-out slippers, and carried a cheap nylon bag. No phone in sight, no watch, no sign of wealth. When he entered the family compound, conversation stopped. His uncle looked him up and down. "So Lagos has finished you?" David forced a small smile. "Things have been hard." No one invited him to sit. No one offered water. One cousin laughed loudly. "We knew it. He thought he was better than us." His elder sister avoided eye contact. "Please don't stay long. People will talk." The words pierced him deeper than hunger ever had. He asked if he could sleep in the old room he once used. His uncle shook his head. "That room is rented out. There's no space." Standing in the same yard where he once played as a child, David realized something painful. Poverty had not changed them. It had revealed them. As he turned to leave, a fragile voice called his name. "David." He turned and saw Mama Grace, the elderly neighbor who used to sneak him Gary when his mother had nothing left to cook. She walked toward him slowly and wrapped her thin arms around him. "My son, you have grown." She didn't ask about money. She didn't judge his clothes. She simply led him to her small house nearby. Inside, the walls were cracked and the furniture old. She served him the last portion of soup she had. "Eat," she insisted. "God will provide tomorrow." That night, lying on a thin mattress in her home, David stared at the ceiling and fought back tears. Out of everyone in the village, only the one who had the least showed him love. The next morning, the village woke to an unusual sound. Engines. 3 black SUVs rolled slowly into the dusty compound. Men in suits stepped out, scanning the surroundings. Villagers gathered, whispering. David stepped out of Mama Grace's house, no longer in torn sandals, but in a perfectly tailored suit, polished shoes shining under the sun. His posture was different, his confidence unmistakable. His uncle's face drained of color. His cousin's laughter disappeared. His sister's mouth fell open. One of the suited men approached him respectfully. "Sir, the board meeting has been rescheduled. We're ready when you are." "Sir." The same people who refused him water the day before now rushed forward. "David, you should have told us. We were only joking. You know how family behaves." David raised a hand gently, silencing them. "I came yesterday as the same person I am today," he said calmly. "The only difference was what you believed I had." Silence covered the compound. He turned away from them and faced Mama Grace, who stood confused at the doorway. "Mama," he said softly, "pack your things. You're coming with me." Tears filled her eyes. Within weeks, David bought her a comfortable home in Port Harcourt. He arranged proper medical care and ensured she would never struggle again. As for his family, he did not insult them. He did not shout. He did not seek revenge. He cleared the outstanding debts tied to his late mother's name. After that, he kept his distance. Because sometimes, the greatest response is not revenge, it is access denied. As David stood later that evening overlooking the Lagos skyline, watching the city lights flicker beneath him, he understood something deeply. Money does not change people. It reveals them. And sometimes, you have to become poor again to see who truly values you. The boy who left with nothing had returned as a millionaire. But what he discovered was worth more than money. Not everyone who shares your blood shares your heart. If you were David, would you forgive them? Or cut them off? Comment your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe to Empire Stories TV for more real-life billionaire stories that hit hard.